Locking down J. Cole. What's going on, man?
Semtex, what up, man? It's poppin', brother.
It's good to speak to you again. You're in an airport right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in the airport. I'm about to, I'm going from New York to Miami.
Okay.
For a couple of days, we gotta go to Miami. But yo, how you been, bro?
I'm all good. How have you been? It's been a crazy year so far already.
Yeah, I know. I've been great, man. Blessed. Working. You know what I mean? I just took my first little vacation, so I'm like super tan right now. I actually look like I'm really black, you know what I mean? For one time in my life. But other than that, working hard, bro.
All right, let's get into this. Born Sinner. It's a crazy story, the way that everything's happened, taken place, the result. It's like right now you're on a victory lap. I mean, did you think you'd get this result that you've got right now?
Man, I hoped, you know what I mean? I hoped, for real. I had a thought, but I ain't know it would work out how I did. Like, you know what I mean? To come as close on the first week, and then to end up still getting a #1, or #1 album in the States, like 2-3 weeks later was crazy. Like, cause I was already chalking that up, like as a loss. Like, okay, if I'm moving this date, I already prepared myself mentally to not get a #1. You know what I mean? So like the fact that 2-3 weeks later that happened, it was just the icing on the cake. Because really it was about the statement. You know what I mean? The move of my album date was really more so about the statement. Right. So the #1 was just like icing on the cake.
I mean, if you didn't move the release date to come out at the same time as Kanye, do you think the result would have been the same?
What, in terms of numbers?
Yeah.
I do. It might have been slightly less, like, a fractional amount or whatever, but I think the numbers result would have been there. What I don't think would have been the same is the way people look at you.
Right.
Like, when you move that date and you make a statement like that, just to have the balls to do that, people looking at you like, oh. And then when the results come in how they came in, it's another look like, oh, you know what I mean? Some people knew already, but then some people didn't know. So when the results came, like, oh, I didn't know Cole was, blah, blah, blah. So I think I couldn't even imagine putting that album out, the original date, June 25th.
Right.
Like, I'm so grateful that we did that.
Your album was scheduled. Then there was a Kanye album. You decided to bring your album forward to be released on the same date. Like, who signed that off at the top? Who gives you the green light to do something like that?
I called 3 people. It wasn't really a green light. I just wanted their opinion.
Right.
Like, I'm the one making the decision, but I did want to know, like, how Jay felt about it, and I did want to know how Mark Pitts felt about it. And I called Jay Brown. Like, there was a few people that I got their opinions. People I respect their opinions. Like, yo, I got this crazy idea. What do you think?
Right.
And everybody was super supportive. You know what I mean? And so it gave me even more confidence. Trust me, there was times, like, I would talk to my mom or talk to somebody like, yo, like, the day we announced the date change, the minute I pressed send on the tweet, it was a feeling like, yo, this is real now. You know what I mean? You can't turn back. Like, it's like, I'm really doing this. You know what I mean? And it was like, a couple times I had to ask myself, like, yo, is this a smart move or am I bugging? But my gut instinct is what I've been going on my whole career and my whole life. You know what I mean? Just moving. Even the move to New York was like gut instinct. Right. All of these things is gut instinct moves, and that was one too, and it worked out.
I mean, yourself and Kanye, you're both rock related. Like, you're industry related, obviously, via Jay-Z, the rock setup and so forth. Was there ever a point when people were like, yo, we better check with Kanye, or yo, I don't know if we should do this, this might be damaging? Was there?
Nah, not once, because, not once. Nobody ever suggested that I wouldn't do it or thought he would have a problem with it. And I ain't even spoke to him about it, but I'm sure he has no problem with it. Like, that man has accolades after accolades after accolades. I'm sure he just respects it. You know what I mean? And, we'll discuss it when I see him. But, it's not I made sure that throughout the whole process, even when I tweeted it, it's like I always show love and give respect because I am a fan. And that's a legend, you know what I mean? Legendary artist, and I just want to show that proper respect. But I got a young competitive spirit about me, you know what I mean? Right. you know, I can't deny that. So it is what it is.
Is it true, as of this week, you've sold more albums than Kanye? Is that true?
Is it true? I mean, yeah, that's what the numbers say. But you know, that's what the numbers say. I didn't say it.
Right.
The numbers say that though.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, there's some factors play into that. But you know, it's not like he went ham with the promo. But
right.
you know, it is what it is. Yeah. And we'll be gold next week, so I'm grateful. Thank you to everybody that bought the album. We're gold in the States, so thank you.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole UK shows me love, so thank you to you guys, man, for real.
I mean, it's crazy because this is like a real. This is hip hop history. This is history for the music industry, and it's a real lesson. You know, for anybody who thinks about doing the same thing, or for anybody, you know, it's like. It's crazy. What advice would you give to any other artist who maybe feeling like, you know, because it was like a real David and Goliath situation, right?
Yeah, it is, because, man, you got to think, like, these are idols, these are legends, you know what I mean? Like, nobody before this move, like, moves their date to one of these guys' date. That's like, you're not going to move your date to Jay-Z's date. You're not going to move your date to Kanye's date. You're supposed to move it away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's been the thinking. That's been the industry thinking. But I'm just a competitor. I want to know where I stand. You know what I mean? Like, I would like him, even if I came out and did 200,000 less than him, or if I only sold 100,000, I would like to know where I stand in comparison. And not just in terms of numbers, just in terms of the response to the album. That's more important to me, honestly, than the numbers.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, somebody, and it's you know, being on the street, somebody saying, yo, Cole, yo, you got the best album, blah, blah, blah. Like, that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the airport right now. It just happened 4 times on my way to the gate.
Wow.
It just happened 4 times. Somebody saying that, yo, you got the best album. And they go too far sometimes. They're like, man, nah, Kanye album, blah, blah, blah. But it's just love. And that's what, to me, honestly, that gets me more excited than the numbers. I'm not like a braggadocious person. I'm not good at that. At being like, yeah, you see the numbers, but I do appreciate the love. So that's the best part.
Do you think Kanye not doing interviews made it easier for you for a clear run? Because you went hard with the promo, man. You know, I was trying to get you on the show, and every time I spoke to Jay, he was like, yo, he's in another city, or he's about to do this signing, he's about to do this show.
I'm mad about that too, by the way. I'm mad by the way that that we didn't link up when I was in the UK when I was previewing the album. I feel a way about that. I realized, like, yo, where's Semtex at? You know what I mean? But what was your question? What was the original question? Oh, and him not doing interviews. Yeah, did that make it easy for you? I don't know if it made it easy, but at the end of the day, man, I've been doing marketing for this album since last year. I dropped Miss America. You know what I mean? I know the title of the album. I dropped Truly Yours 1. I dropped Power Trip. I did the video for Power Trip. Dropped that. I've been doing things, and I dropped Truly Yours 2. It's just like, you know, I've been doing things that are out of the box. Little 5-song EPs. Nobody was doing that. Like, I'm just doing things to just survive and, like, keep my name relevant at certain times. So I don't know if him, of course, I don't know, you know. He doesn't have to do that. He can just come out and tweet the date of his album, and he got that type of pull. He still did great numbers, and all he did was tweet. You know what I mean? And did some protections on the wall. You know, so that's his power. You're an artist. You know, you're a label owner. You're a boss in your own right. And given that Drake's dropping his album in September, are you going to be like to Bass and Omar, yo guys, like September, let's go. What do you mean, for them to drop too? Yeah, because I guarantee you, there's some rappers right now will be like, yo, September, you know, we need to, you know, let's find out what the day that Drake's doing it. Like, nah, because it got to make sense. Like, you don't want to, you know, like, you got to build first for Boss to say something like that, and Omen to do something like that. I mean, they could. Matter of fact, I think Omen do got a project dropping in September, but it's not on some competitive. You know what I mean? You got to, like, I don't know, you got to get there first. But I don't know, you know, it's gonna be, I don't know, this is gonna go down as a legendary year for hip hop, period.
Yeah,
with
definitely.
all the albums that dropped. Just this summer period has been wild.
Yeah.
I'm a hip hop fan. Like, you know, you gotta remember 7 years ago, hip hop was dead, supposedly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What up, bro? So hip hop was dead, and now it's like everybody got their favorite. You know what I mean? Everybody got a favorite, and they all damn near dropping albums this year.
It feels like, you know, like people look at like 90s hip hop as being a great time and stuff like that, and then, you know, there's a rumble in 2003 when you had 50 Cent, Kanye, and, you know, Eminem blew up. It feels like this year is it's starting that era. I think between yourself and Kendrick Lamar, and, you know, you've kind of, you know, like in football over here and soccer, like if you guys refer to it, you got divisions. You got division 1, 2, 3, and so forth. It really feels like you've upgraded. Like you're at that Titan status. You know what you've done in the past couple of weeks and what you've done anyway, just as an artist in your own right on the first 2 albums. It really feels like you've kicked down the door, man.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you. You know what I mean? I got a long way to go, but that means a lot. Because, you know, that's my goal and that's my plan. Hey, as an artist, is just to try to make the best music I can make and always get better and always tell true stories or do something creative with the music and make people feel emotions. That's one side of me. That's the artist side. But the other side is just like, you know, the side that got big dreams and big goals, and I'm a competitor, and I want to do arenas one day, and I want to come to the UK and do arenas. I want to do the O2, sell that joint out 4 times in a row. You know what I mean? Do 4 shows back to back, and one day do 10 if I want to. So I got that side of me. So the fact that you're saying that is just like, I appreciate it. It's another step in a long journey. Like I'm not over here acting like I did it. You know what I mean? Like I'm that guy. Like I'm still climbing too. You know what I mean? Jay is on his, I don't even know how many albums he's on. Yeah. And, you know, he's still breaking down barriers and he's 40, you know what I mean? Like, and he's still doing it. That's the type of longevity I want to have.
On your album, like Villaminati, you talk about previously, you know, and it's like, it's kind of like you've done it, and it feels like you've done it your way. Like, what's the situation? Like, what did he say to you when you got your first week numbers?
Oh man, he was proud, man. He was saying, he told me, he was like, you know why? Or part of our conversation was like, you know why I mess with you so much is because we're in a day and age where so many people complain or what is he not doing for me, or what you know, they're looking for handouts, and when they don't get it, is a very, you know, it's a negative attitude as if they deserve something. And he was like, nah, you came through, did it on your own, and then made a statement like, let me see where I stand. You know what I mean? Like, let me see, I'm gonna move my date to Kanye's date, let me see where I stand. He was just saying how much he respected it. You know what I'm saying? And every conversation with Jay is like, I cherish that. You know what I mean? I get wisdom, and even if we ain't talking about nothing, I just appreciate being in that element. You know what I mean?
Nice, it's dope, man. It's real good to see you winning as well. I mean, and the album as well is doing really good. It's like, it's got a great response over here. Like, people are feeling it. What's the most important track to you from the album?
Definitely Runaway, Let Nas. It's like a tie, man. Like Runaway, Let Nas Down, Crooked Smile. It's tough. It's tough. I just listened to the album last night for the first time in like a couple weeks or whatever. Right. And I got different favorites. Forbidden Fruit, too. That was the last song I did for the album. And that's important because that's when it's all said and done and we work that as a single. That's going to be my first, like, true hip-hop single. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even Can't Get Enough, which was a really great rap record. That was a single. It was like, you know, these are records that are singles, and you could tell they singles. Forbidden Fruit was just a hip hop song. That's gonna be a great single. You know what I mean? And that's a good feeling. Oh, or since Who That was an attempt, but the radio they wasn't ready for that.
And then this is a project with yourself and Kendrick Lamar, this joint album. It's not gonna be like The Detox, is it?
Nah, but they ask it, so it's sort of like The Detox, you know. But nah, man, it's just you know, we still talk about it all the time. It's just whenever we both get that time out in our schedule, and I feel like all we need is a month and a half, 6 weeks, and we can get this album done. You know what I mean?
How many tracks in are you?
And we got, it depends, like, because the way we do music, the way I do music is like we do references.
Right.
So finished tracks, I don't know. We got a few like completed joints.
Right.
But in terms of references, we got, got a bunch of little references and ideas with freestyles and like mumbles and maybe a hook here and some mumbles there. But, we got it's not like we don't have an album or anything close, but we got a base for something.
Well, listen, it's like I said before, it's a brilliant time in hip hop, man. And it's like, I wanted to make sure I catch up with you. I didn't want to wait till Christmas. So it's like, yo, catch me up too late.
We should have been did this, man. Yeah. I was wondering, like, yo, when I'm gonna do the Semtex thing? Cause I be seeing you, man. It's crazy because I don't know. When was that? You called. I feel like we did a phone interview. You was playing Grown Simba. This is like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
The first one to show me love. That was mad long ago. It's like I feel like we both came so far because even your name and your presence in the States now, it's like people know. You know what I mean? Which is a thing. I'm glad to see that. So congrats to you too, bro.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's cool. Well, listen, what's next for Cole? Like, obviously you're putting in the work, you're doing the album, you're going to be touring for the next however long, but, like, tell me about, like, what's happening with Dreamville and the artists that you signed.
Yeah, so Dreamville, we building right now. We're about to get a home situation somewhere. Well, first we was like, man, do we take our own individual artists? Do we go get them signed up, at different labels, or do we go get a home at one label, you know what I mean, and get like one of those type of situations. So that's what we're working on right now. That's the next move in terms of Dreamville. In terms of me and what's next, I'm using this next. I go on tour in September. I'm touring the States for 2 months, 3 months in September, and then I come to the UK and do Europe. And in the meantime, all I'm doing is producing. So like I'm in the studio with whoever wants to get in, especially R&B artists, you know what I mean? I'm just working on my production because I never had that chance to do that. I was always so worried about my album. So that's my next month and a half is straight production. And then we go on tour.
Well, listen, I'm real happy for you, man. Congratulations. It's good to see you winning, man. And it's good because it wasn't disrespectful, the situation with you and Ye. It was like, it's just good competitive. I think everybody won. I think the fans won, the artists won, the culture won. So it's definitely, it's been great. It's been great.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, bro.
So Cole, who's Bass? Tell me about him. What's he about? And this new joint that he's just dropped.
Yeah, so Bass is Dreamville, man. That's our artist. Bass is from Queens. And all you need to know about Bass is he's a fiend. I mean, he's literally a fiend. And what does that mean? You just gotta dive into his music and you'll get it and you'll see what that means. So this joint right here is called Lit. I'm on it. The joint is crazy. I had to jump on it. It's off his mixtape. His mixtape is called Quarter Water Raise Me Volume 2. And this joint is crazy. It's like the summertime. In our set, in our clique, this is the joint we play every night, everywhere we go. This is lit.
All right. Let's get into this. Yo, Cole, man, have a safe trip. Good luck, and we'll see you soon when you're in the UK.
I appreciate it, brother.